Dear students, welcome to our online class. How are you? I think all of you are well. I am also fine. So student, I am Poppy Ghosh, assistant teacher of Naranganj High School and College. Today our topic is right use of verb. Today we will discuss about the right use of verb. Okay, right use of verb is a very important part in our grammar section, and in your next exam there will become 4 or 5 sentences about this topic. Okay, first of all we know what is the Bengali meaning of right use of verb. Right, its Bengali meaning is সঠিক. Use মানে হচ্ছে ব্যবহার, of is a preposition and its Bengali meaning is এর, and verb means doing something verb. Okay, doing something verb. Okay students, so look at here. Here I am standing. Okay, here stand is a verb. You are watching our online class. Okay, that's watch is a verb. You are hearing us. Here is a verb. So verb means doing something verb. So right use of verb is Bengali meaning is ক্রিয়ার সঠিক ব্যবহার. First of all I say if you want to write the proper way of right use of verb, that's why your first choice is you practice the tense. Okay, because the right use of verb is directly related to tense. So student, we have to write the answer of the right use of verb in following tense. Look at here student. If any sentence there will be shall, should, will, could, can, could, may, might, must, to. That's why you understand it's a moral auxiliary verb. That's why you choose the present indefinite tense. Okay, I repeat it again student. Look at here. If any sentence there will be any kind of moral auxiliary verb, that's it. Shall, should, will, could, then can, could, may, might, must, ought to, going to, dare to, need, must. Okay, that's why you choose the present indefinite tense. Here I give some example. Look at here student. I could do the sum easily. Here identifying point is could. Could is the moral auxiliary verb. That's why you write here I could do the sum easily. If any sentence there will be could. Could is a moral auxiliary verb. That's why you use the principal verb part 1. Okay? Then next example is it may rain today. It may rain today. Here identifying point is may. May is a moral auxiliary verb. That's why you use here rain, principal verb. Okay, verb 1. Then you should speak the truth. You should speak the truth. Here should is a moral auxiliary verb. That's why your answer will be you should speak the truth. Okay, there is no change. Okay, because speak is a verb 1. Then you must obey your teachers. You must obey your teachers. Here must is a moral auxiliary verb and obey is a verb 1. That's why here no change, because if any sentence there will be moral auxiliary, then their tense will be present indefinite tense. So student, I repeat it again. If any sentence there will be shall, should, will, ought, can, could, may, might, ought to, going to, dare to, need, may, must, to. Okay, it's a moral auxiliary verb. That's why you use the present indefinite tense or simply verb 1. Here I give some example. I could do the sum easily. Its answer is I could do the sum easily. Same answer. It may rain today. It may rain today. You should speak the truth. you should speak the truth. Then you must obey the teachers. Its answer is you must obey your teachers. Here could, may, should and must is moral auxiliary verb. That's why I don't change the verb, principal verb, because if any sentence there will be moral auxiliary verb, that's why your principal verb is present indefinite tense. Then go to the next rule. The next rule, if any sentence there will be yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year, ago, long ago, since. That's why it indicates the past tense. It indicates the past tense. Okay, then there will be the tense is past indefinite tense or verb 2. Okay students, look at here. If any sentence there will be the yesterday, last night, last week, last month, last year, ago, long ago, since, this word represents the past tense, then that's why their verb also be past indefinite tense or simply verb 2. Now I give some example. Look at here. I received your letter yesterday. Here indicating point is yesterday. Okay. Here indicating point is yesterday. That's why its answer is I received your letter yesterday. In your question there will be present indefinite tense, but here I use past indefinite tense because here is yesterday. Okay, if any sentence there will be yesterday, that's why I use here past indefinite tense. My uncle come home yesterday. My uncle come home yesterday. Here indicating point is yesterday, and yesterday means past tense. That's why I use here past indefinite tense. I use here verb past indefinite tense. The answer is my uncle came home yesterday. My uncle came home yesterday. Here the verb is changed because in your question there will be present indefinite tense, but there is yesterday. That's why I use here past indefinite tense. Then number 3. Last year he started for school. Last year he started for school. Here the indicative point is last year. Last year means past tense. Last year means past. Okay. Thus his answer is last year he started for school. Last year he started for school. Here the verb is changed because started is past indefinite tense and here indicative point is last year. Okay. I repeat it again, student. Look at here. If any sentence there will be yesterday, then last night, last year, last week, last day, then ago, long ago, since, long since. That's why you choose the past indefinite tense or verb 2. Here I give some example. Look at here. I received your letter yesterday. Here the indicating point is yesterday and yesterday is past tense. That's why I change the verb also past tense. I received your letter yesterday. Then the answer is I received your letter yesterday. My uncle came home yesterday. Yesterday is indicating the past tense. That's why I change the verb also past tense. Look at here, student. Here answer is my uncle came home yesterday. Okay. I change the verb come to came. Then last year he started for school. Okay. Here I change the verb because here in this question there will be present indefinite tense, but in their sentence there will be last year. Last year indicates the past tense. That's why I change the verb also past tense. Last year he started for school. Then go to the next rule. Look at here, student. Just now, already, ever, recently, lately, yet. If any sentence starts this word, okay, if any sentence starts this word, this, just now, already, ever, recently, lately, yet. That's why you use the word present perfect tense. Present perfect tense and structure is subject plus have or has plus verb 3 plus extension. Here's some example. He came here just now. He came here just now. Here the indicating point is just now. Okay. Here indicating point is just now. That's why its answer is he has come here just now. He has come here just now because we find out here just now. Okay. Just now. That's why I changed the verb present perfect tense. Okay. He is third person singular number. That's why I use here has, and come is past participle form. And this is the object. So, he has come here just now. I already complete my homework. I already complete my homework. Here indicating point is already. Here indicating point is already. That's why I choose the present perfect tense. Okay. I is the first person. That's why I choose have. Okay, then already, then I choose the verb 3 form, complete, instead of completed. Okay, my homework. Okay, I already complete my homework. Its answer is I have already completed my homework. Then, recently Rana finished his lesson. Recently Rana finished his lesson. Here indicating point is recently. Okay. Here indicating point is recently. That's why I use the present perfect tense. Its answer is recently Rana has finished his lesson. Recently Rana has finished his lesson. Here Rana is third person singular number. That's why I use the has auxiliary verb. And finish is verb 1, here finish is verb 3, past participle form, then object. So student, look at here, if any sentence there will be just now, already, ever, recently, lately, yet, that's why you choose the present perfect tense and structure is subject plus have, has, verb, past participle form, then object. Here I give some example. Student, look at here. He come here just now. Here identifying point is just now. That's why I use here. He has come here just now. He, third person singular number. That's why I choose here has auxiliary verb. I already complete my homework. Okay. Here indicating point is already. That's why I use this here. I have already completed my homework. Okay, I is first person. That's why I use here have auxiliary verb. Recently Rana finished his lesson. Okay, here indicating point is recently. That's why I use here present perfect tense. Or Rana is a third person singular number. That's why I use here has auxiliary verb and this is the verb 3 and his lesson is object. So let's go to the next rule. Now, at present, at this moment, if any sentence start with this word, now, at present, at this moment, that's why you choose the present continuous tense. Okay. You choose the present continuous tense and the structure is subject plus am is are plus verb 1 plus ing plus object. I repeat it again, students, look here. If any sentence start with now, at present or at this moment, or if any sentence here there will be find out the now, at present, at this moment. That's why you choose the present continuous tense. And the structure is subject plus am is are plus verb 1 plus ing plus object. Here I give some examples, student. Look at here. Now I prepare my lesson. Now I prepare my lesson. Here indicating point is now. Okay. Here the indicating point is now. There is answer. Now I am preparing my lesson. Okay. Because here indicating point is now. That's why I choose the present continuous tense. And its subject is I. I is the first person. That's why I choose the auxiliary verb am, and prepare is the verb 1, and here I use ing. That's why it's preparing, and my lesson is object. The full sentence is now I am preparing my lesson. Look at here, student. At present he live in Dhaka. At present he live in Dhaka. Here the identifying point is at present. Okay. Here the identifying point is at present, and its answer is at present he is living in Dhaka. Okay. At present he is living in Dhaka. First of all, I say that if any sentence there will be at present, then you choose the present continuous tense, and its structure is am is verb 1 plus ing. Here subject is he. He is third person singular number. That's why I use here is auxiliary verb, and I use here ing for verb 1. Okay. Here live is verb 1, and I use here ing for living. Okay. So at present he is living in Dhaka. Then next rule, next sentence, he catch fish in the canal at this moment. He catch fish in the canal at this moment. Here indicating point is at this moment. Okay. Here indicating point is at this moment. That's why its answer is he is catching fish in the canal at this moment. I repeat it again, student. He is catching fish in the canal at this moment. Okay. If any sentence there will be now, at present, or at this moment, that's why you choose the verb present continuous tense. Here subject is he is third person singular number. That's why I use here is. Okay. And catch is verb 1, and here catching. Okay. Then verb 1 plus ing. I repeat it again, student. Look at here. If any sentence there will be find now, at present, at this moment. That's why you choose the verb present continuous tense, and the structure is subject plus am is plus verb 1 plus ing plus object. Here I give some example. Look at here, student. Now I prepare my lesson. Here indicating point is now. That's why I use here present continuous tense. Here subject is first person. That's why I use here auxiliary verb am. Okay. At present he live in Dhaka. Here indicating point is at present. That's why I use here verb present continuous tense. Here subject is he. He is third person singular number. That's why I use here is auxiliary verb, and I use here verb plus ing. Okay. He catch fish in the canal at this moment. Here indicating point is at this moment. That's why I use here present continuous tense. Here subject is third person singular number. That's why I use here is auxiliary verb, and I use here ing for verb 1. Okay. Then go to the next rule. Look at here, student. If any sentence there, you will find each, every, everyone, every day, everything, nobody, no one, somebody, someone, either, neither. Okay, that's why you choose the present indefinite tense or verb 1. Okay, students, I repeat it again. Look at here. If any sentence there will be each, every, everyone, everybody, everything, someone, somebody, something, no one, nobody, nothing, anyone, anybody, anything, either, then neither. Okay, that's why you choose the present indefinite tense or simply verb 1. Okay, here I give some example. Look at here, student. Everybody like an honest man. Everybody like an honest man. Here the identifying point is everybody. Okay, student, look at here. Here the identifying point is everybody. And his answer is everybody likes an honest man. Everybody likes an honest man. Here like is verb 1 and I use here S or ES. Okay. Then look at here. Each boy read the new nation. Each boy read the new nation. Here the identifying point is each. And his answer is each boy reads the new nation. Each boy reads the new nation. Here the identifying point is each and I use here S or ES for verb 1. Okay, in verb 1. Then next example, everything be clear to me. Everything be clear to me. Here be means to be verb. Okay, here be means to be verb. Or to be verb is am, is, are, was or were. Okay, I repeat it again, student. Look at here. Here be means verb, to be verb. To be verb means am, is, are, was, were. Okay. The answer is everything is clear to me. Everything is clear to me. Here I use is because each, every, everyone, everybody, everything. If any sentence start with this word, that's why the verb will be present indefinite tense or verb 1. That's why I choose here is. Okay? I repeat it again, student. Look at here. If any sentence you will find the each, every, everyone, everybody, everything, nobody, no one, nothing, somebody, someone, something, either or neither. That's why you choose the verb present indefinite tense or simply verb 1. Here I give some examples. Student, look at here. Everybody like an honest man. Here you find out everybody. Okay, that's why you use here present indefinite tense. I mean verb 1 plus as verb yes. Okay. Each boy read the new nation. Here you find out each. Okay, that's why you use here read plus s or es. Okay, reads. Then everything be clear to me. Here the identifying point is everything, and that's why I use here is because is the present indefinite tense. Okay, is means to be verb, and that's why I use here is. Student, today we take the right use of verb and we discuss the 4 rules. Okay, in our previous class we discussed the next rules. Okay, today I finish my class. See you soon. Okay, bye. Goodbye.